After Rob and I talked things out on the bridge, I kept my word and moved back in the next day. And so far, I feel like it's kind of awkward with Rob right now. We're both trying to like have a happy relationship and kind of avoid all the elephants in the room.
I like how she says elephants in the room, you know, plural, because there's just too many to count at this point. And every time Rob walks back into the room, there's a new one. Living with him sounds like trying to play whack-a-mole with all of his toxic traits. Every time one thing is resolved, something else immediately pops up. Sophie is on a sinking ship trying to plug the holes, while Rob is just bucketing ocean water back into it and blaming her for the disaster in the first place. I haven't talked about these two in a while because their relationship was pretty much just going in circles. Basically, he online cheats or does something else stupid, then she moves out, then some time goes by but nothing changes at all and she moves back in. And then to make it up to her after everything, he makes her a little plate of crackers and puts her wedding ring in a piece of cheese. There you go, Rob, that'll do it.
Oh, is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right, I'm the best.
That's your ring. The one you lost.
Why is it in cheese?
Of course he has to point out that she's the one who lost it. He can never just let a moment be a moment. I swear, he must just be uncomfortable whenever things are going well, or if he says something nice, he feels like he has to balance it out with a backhanded comment as well. And also, who puts a wedding ring in cheese? What is he doing? Apparently she doesn't even like cheese. Hey babe, I'm sorry I online cheated, but here's a list of demands and a piece of cheese with a wedding ring jammed into it. A wedding ring that you lost, by the way, so it's like not even my fault here.
I wanted to make it presentable. Surprise.
No one's ever made me breakfast in bed before, so, I mean, I at least appreciate the gesture.
Alright, I'm not saying it's not a nice thing to do, but I think breakfast in bed is pushing it. I mean, he took some crackers out of a box and some cheese and salmon out of a bag and put them on the crackers from the box. That probably took him like 3 minutes, and I'm sure one of those minutes was just spent texting some random girl about his knob. That actually might be progress in their book, though, so maybe he's taking a step in the right direction. He's toning down the amount. Normally, he would have spent 2 minutes doing that.
But why is my wedding ring in the cheese? I'm just not the biggest fan of cheese because it just smells bad and it's just not like, that's the thing, he knows I don't like just cheese.
Wow, Sophie, you're really gonna hurt me like that? Forgive me for watching Wallace and Gromit last night and getting a little bit inspired, so maybe you should start thinking about this stuff and how people have to do things on their own before you go around judging other—
Can you take it out of the cheese? Thank you, that's very cute.
You want to wipe it off?
Yeah.
I know you don't even really like cheese that much, but I figured
No, I
I'd give
don't
you a
even
little
like
bit of
cheese.
cheese.
Alright, so moving on. Next, Rob lets Sophie pet some of his spiders. And yes, if you didn't know, he owns some pet tarantulas. And Sophie is not the biggest fan of them, which Rob takes note of when looking for places to hide his burner phone.
If he was to continue to talk to other women, he'd have to have a second phone that I don't check. So I'm just feeling a lot of feelings and I'm just like, well, now I need to find the whole phone.
So yeah, you heard that right. Sophie is embarking on a quest to defeat Rob's guardian spiders and get to the burner phone. Rob's references to Lord of the Rings and allusions to Gollum are getting way too on the nose at this point. It's out of control.
Is there any places in the house that you don't go into?
I'm gonna just check behind the tarantulas, actually.
No, don't do it.
I'm gonna be pissed if it's not here, because I dropped the book on the thing, 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 I dropped the book on the thing.
Wait, what? What is she saying? So unfortunately, Sophie was not able to find the phone, and she refuses to leave Rob unless she has definitive proof. Next, they finally decide to go to therapy together, and I feel like that's just too little too late. And I'm not sure it would have made any difference anyway, but perhaps if they had gone sooner, Sophie would have never married him in the first place.
Like, he's never physically cheated on me, but it was online. And so I think that's also, like, affected our intimacy as well.
It's typical that Sophie would bring up the online cheating.
It's so typical of Sophie to bring up something that has to do with why we're having problems in our relationship. Like, what kind of game is that? I just find it so crazy that after all of this time, they still keep calling it online cheating, as if it's like a separate category of cheating that doesn't count, or it's like a lesser degree. I know there are certain things that people consider to be worse than others when it comes to cheating, but overall, you're showing that your heart really isn't in it, so whether it's online or in person, I think the effect is the same. And the fact that he seems to still downplay it after all this time tells me that he doesn't think it's a very big deal and that he might do it again.
And then he wants me to, like, dress up every time I have school.
You haven't dressed up one time to have.
I don't want to.
Okay, it's not even about the outfit. It's about, that's for me.
Right. Well, the point is, she's not really into you right now because of all of the cheating and just the general way that you are, so maybe that's just something she doesn't want to do for you right now. If you know your relationship isn't going well, and you know that your husband is looking at and talking to other women, why would you be in the mood to do anything like this? I feel like he doesn't understand this. He fails to see this. And then he kind of uses that as an excuse to talk to and look at other women because he's like, well, if Sophie's not going to be here and she's not going to try, then what do you expect me to do, when it all started with him in the first place?
It's just about my wife looking sexy as hell. She did that for me, like, 'cause she knows I like it.
Is there any conversation that doesn't circle back to what he wants? Expressing this kind of thing would be normal in a healthy relationship, but when they can't even get past the most basic hurdles, it just comes off as disingenuous and weird. They keep coming back to this idea that they need to spice up their marriage or something, when it's like, you know, you just need to make sure he stops cheating first. Like, that's a basic thing to get past, and then you can figure everything else out. And they're like, oh, you mean go to another sex shop and get into yet another fight? Oh, that's a great idea. Yeah, that actually happens again, by the way.
I think she would really rock Velma from Scooby-Doo. Which one is the one in the orange?
Velma.
That's Velma. Yeah, Velma's ass is cute. Who else?
Daphne's that.
Nah, not Daphne. Daphne can go on.
Wait, why does he hate Daphne so much? It's like that was an opinion he already had.
Daphne's that.
Nah, not Daphne.
Daphne? Daphne, what are you, crazy? What do I look like to you? Say that again and see what happens, all right?
What made me move out was basically, like after we got married, I found out he was speaking to multiple girls online. You shouldn't be flirting, receiving naked pictures, him telling them they look really beautiful and asking for more. To me, that's cheating.
I've been trying to be perfect, but I'm not perfect, man.
Yeah, to you that's cheating, but to Rob, that's just part of life, okay? Sophie is the one using up all his toilet paper and asking for a new duvet. Like, what is this poor guy supposed to do? Can a guy just like hide a burner phone behind his tarantulas without getting harassed by his wife? Like, what is this? I thought this was 2024.
And it hurt like my view on myself. The types of women that you do look online, like they don't look like me.
Man.
Like muscular, fitness, bodybuilder women, I don't look like that.
Yeah, I know you don't look like that. That's what the outfits are for. I'm trying to imagine here, okay? Sophie, I swear, sometimes you act like you don't even love me. Now, are you gonna put the Velma costume on, or what are we doing here? And I take this very seriously. It's not like, oh, haha, I put on a cute little costume. No, I expect us to be solving crimes by nightfall.
You make me sound so crazy. You make me look so wild.
It's not crazy to like fit muscular
Fitness
women.
chicks is one thing. Bodybuilder women? That is literally like some fetish deviant ass.
What? I feel like Rob just kind of exposed himself a little bit there. Sophie was just like, oh, Rob likes to look at fitness and bodybuilder women on Instagram. And Rob's like, what do you think, I'm into some weird fetish, deviant, weird fetish shit? Nobody said that, dude. Maybe take a chill pill.
There's a
Rob, and why?
category of men that like to bodybuilder women, and now that's who I am.
Rob.
Oh my God, he takes and twists everything into a personal attack. Wow, Sophie, I can't believe you said that about me. That's who I am now, someone who's attracted to women who lift things and run on treadmills and stuff. All of this really makes me hurt and upset. And if you happen to see me looking at my Instagram later, now you know why. You've done this.
A lot of things need to change.
But I did change.
But I did change, you know, and she doesn't seem to understand that. I made her a plate of crackers the other day, you know, I gave her a list of demands. I got a new spider. What else do I have to do? It's like, you know, you online cheat on somebody 36 times and all of a sudden they don't appreciate anything you do. How many husbands do you know will go out of their way to put a ring in a block of cheese, huh?
He'll like save their photos and like all of their photos, and he claims it's for his fitness inspiration, which is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. Let's be real as to why you follow them. They post all ass shots.
Of course he would say that. It's all for research. Yeah, sure. He's doing some real serious research on his knob later. You know what? That's fine. I wouldn't expect someone who hasn't done it on their own to understand the nuances of fitness Instagram models. Sophie, I'm over here working towards our future and you think I'm cheating? You know, you think I'm just touching my knob for no reason? When in reality, it's a very tactical business decision, so I think you just don't really understand what it takes to live on your own and to know what it means to be.
I'm not into girls who have buff arms. I'm not into girls who have the necks and everything. Like, I'm not into any of that.
Rob, this is a Wendy's. Hi, my name is Rob. I'm 33 years old, and I'm definitely not into buff women that work out a lot. That's a thing that's true about me. Would I be saying that if it weren't true? I mean, think about it. Would I be saying it out loud this many times over and over again, putting this much pressure on it? Like, why would I talk about it this much if it weren't true? It doesn't even make any sense.
Like in that moment, I just want you to be like, oh, I love you. you know, and just like reassure me that like you think I'm beautiful or like I'm what everything that you want. And I feel like you never tell me things like that.
He makes a face like that's untrue, but come on, can you even picture Rob thinking this sort of thing? To get him to say anything even remotely polite is like pulling teeth. It doesn't come naturally to him. He's very untalented when it comes to being a kind person. She just wants him to say something nice, and he's like, oh, really? You think I've never said anything nice? Well, say something then. Oh, okay, yeah, I'll just say something nice. Yeah, say something nice, do it.
Just say something nice to me.
I can say something nice to you, but that doesn't
The
mean you're
only
gonna want to have
nice
sex
thing
with
you've
me.
said to me in months is, you look nice.
Say something nice to me.
Man.
Say something nice to me for once in your life.
Your hair looks small. Oh, Sophie,
You
that's
look nice.
not true. And on top of that,
You look nice. Like,
On top
it's
of
so,
that-
like, you could tell your friends you look nice. You could tell your mom you look nice.
All right, fine. Next time I'll say you look very nice. Like, geez, what do you want from me? I'm just a man. What am I supposed to do? Just sit around and think about compliments all day and just come up with ideas on how to make you feel better? I have research to do. I'm busy on Instagram.
you want me to try to make you feel good right now? You have beautiful lips. I love your eyes. You have a gorgeous body. You make me warm inside.
God, this is even worse. Can we go back to the other version of Rob?
I really just want to take you home and do some things to you. It's like this is mine, and I love it.
Wait a minute, what? Is he referring to her as an it? Did he say, this is mine, I love it? This is my wife. There are many like it, but this one is mine. My wife is my best friend. Well, I wouldn't go that far. My wife is just okay, and I married her, and that's a decision I made.
And you did great.
You did fantastic.
Thanks.
How do you feel like doing after this session? What are you inspired to do?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of inspired to go jam an earring into a hunk of cheese and hand it to Sophie. I'll try to compliment her more better, you know, maybe instead of saying she looks nice, I'll say she looks pretty good or solid. I guess we could have more date nights, but the problem is I hate doing anything with her, so that makes it kind of tough. Anyway, the next scene features Rob looking like this, so I'm gonna go ahead and save that for next time, maybe never. But yeah, I think that's about it for this one. There's still plenty more to talk about with these two. I have some catching up to do, I know. But regardless of how insanely late this video was, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you all next time. Thank you so much for watching.
I've been trying to be perfect, but I'm not perfect, man. I'm not. Like, man, I'm not perfect, but I'm definitely not trying to be with nobody else but you, man. I just want you. I want you in my life. I don't want nobody else.